Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for coming in our presentations. I'm Lutfia Nurul Hidayati from Wijaya Putra University and my partner Firda Nurani from Bayangkara University. We would like to deliver our presentation entitled Gay Group in Fighting for Soji, Policy Advocacy of RUU PKS by Yayasan Gaya Nusantara. Okay, the slide number 1. This is the introductions. As we know that Indonesia is a democracy that upholds freedom of expression as regulated in the 1945 Constitution, Article 1, Paragraph 2, states that sovereignty is in the hands of the people and is exercised according to the constitutions. Human rights problem in Indonesia occur in minority group, namely lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersexual, and queer. Gaya Nusantara is an organization located in Surabaya that fights for the equality and welfare of LGBTIQ people and the people with diverse sexual orientations, identities, and gender expressions. As for the rights that are fought for in communities so that recognitions, equality, and justice are in accordance with human rights. Efforts have been made to network with several institutions to reduce the negative stigma against LGBTIQ people from anywhere. In accordance with the fact that in the field in Surabaya, gays have been the target of raids by Satpol PP since 2014. The LGBTIQ minority group, which is under the auspice of the Gaya Nusantara organization, experiences criticisms in 1916. The LGBTIQ minority group coalition wants to carry out the policy advocacy. The aim that is the government can provide protections and recognition by their existence. This is the literature reviews, the second slide, about advocacy coalition framework. This is the logical framework. Okay, move to the third slide. It's about methodology. I will read it for you. The study used qualitative methods through descriptive review of a series of policy advocacy process carried out by the community and the Gaya Nusantara Foundation. Focus of research on phenomena that occur related problems at Gaya Nusantara Foundation in fighting for SOGI towards the advocacy of the RUU PKS policy. The location of this research is the Gaya Nusantara Foundation, Surabaya, and the data analysis using triangulation techniques, search and analysis of interactive data guidelines from theory. Next is about result and discussions. Regarding resources and strategies in policy advocacy to support the ratification of the RUU PKS, the Gaya Nusantara organization has carried out formal legal authorities to make decisions, information and data obtained, develop public opinion, mobilize forces to carry out the pressures, and policy advocacy result. The first one is about formal legal authorities to make a decision. Coalition empowerment uses networking with other communities to conduct socialization to reduce the negative stigma against LGBTIQ people. Gaya Nusantara networked with several non-governmental organizations such as Fatayat NU, KPI Perempuan, Gus Durian, KSKG Ubaya, LBH Surabaya, PKBI to support the PKS bill policy. In addition, Gaya Nusantara also sought support and urged the East Java DPRD to immediately pass the RUU PKS. Networking in policy advocacy is also an important component of social capital for Gaya Nusantara organization in carrying out its advocacy series. With social capital, they can build social networks that are geographically wider than the location where they live. And about information and data obtained, the Gaya Nusantara style organization found a problem in fighting through the ratification of the PKS bill. But on the way PKS bill was previously included the National Legislation Program or Prolegnas. Suddenly, the ratification of the PKS bill had to be postponed for several reasons because the title in the draft law had not yet found common ground until the DPR short-term office. Then about develop public opinion. The community and NGOs support to process the ratification of the PKS bill using social media, print, and electronic methods. This is the demonstrated in creating in the injustice felt by the LGBTI community. One of the efforts to make a petitions was carried out by Ms. Sarah Dewi, a lecturer at University of Indonesia, and Ms. Ina, a lecturer of law in the same university, and assisted by students, and nationally carry out simultaneously. Public opinion issues support the coalition's position as the main source of a policy actor. A supportive public is more likely to be supportive to help influence the decisions of the policymaker. Next is about mobilize forces to carry out the pressure. Gaya Nusantara doesn't move on its own by utilizing various groups of society, namely Fatayat NU, PKPI, Women's Coalitions, FEBUI lecturers, and UI Laws lecturers. Before mobilizing by making a petitions, the first mobilization was carried out with a demonstration aimed at the Jatim DPR, and expressions by making a petition with a statement of support for the RUU PKS. And the policy advocacy result, Gaya Nusantara's success in reducing the negative stigma against LGBTIQ, although not everyone can accept its existence. In addition, Gaya Nusantara has always been active in fighting for SOGI rights towards the ratification of the RUU PKS by participating the campaigns in front of Jatim DPRD building, an alliance made by other institutions too. The negative results obtained were during a period of increasing number of sexual violence in Indonesia, but the ratifications of the RUU PKS was postponed for illogical reasons. However, this is not still over because the community continue to argue the government and promote the passing of the RUU PKS through social media, and policy advocacy activities will continue. I will read the conclusions from this presentation. In conducting policy advocacy, the Gaya Nusantara Foundation used 6 resources as its strategy, which include formal legal authority to make decisions, develop public opinion, obtain information and data, exert power to implement, emphasize, and the art of leadership. The results of the policy advocacy that have been carried out have not been in favor of the group that argue it. Meanwhile, what is danger is that sexual violence is increasingly prevalent during pandemic, as currently there are increasing cases of sexual violence. This research certainly has limitations. First, because the research into the advocacy coalition framework takes a long time, it has not been able to provide optimal results. Second, the struggle of the Gaya Nusantara community and society to fight for their interests and is still being pursued, so that later this research can be continued by other research who wants to research on policy advocacy and fighting for SOGI against the RUU PKS. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.